What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a new tutorial on how to set up subdomains with Apache. So for example, my domain, icepick.co, if I wanted to set up a blog and I didn't want to do /blog right here and I wanted to do a subdomain, blog.icepick.co, that's a subdomain. So in my specific situation today, I'm going to be setting up 401k.icepick.co. So if you go there right now, obviously, well, that one actually works. I'll show you why in a second. If you search it, it's not going to work. So there's a couple things we need to do to get this to work. First one is our server configuration. So let's look at our server and log in. Currently I'm already logged in. So log in via SSH to your server. You do have to have access to SSH to get this to work unless your host provides an interface for that. But if you have your own server, this is how you do it. So right now we're just at the root path. We need to go to var www. First thing we need to do is we need to create the folder if it's not already created that we want to point to. So what I want to create is I want to create 401k.icepick.co. So we'll see that there. And we want to cd into it. I want to do touch index.html for now, and then we'll nano into it and just put some text so we know we made it. There we go, saved it. So that's good. We can cat index, see that it's got the right stuff. Cool. So we're good there. That's step number one. Step number two is you need to go to Etsy, and then in the Etsy folder we've got a ton of stuff. We need to go to the Apache folder. So Apache, and then in here we've got a couple, but the only one we really care about is sites-available. So we're going to go to sites-available, and you can see here we already have some configuration files for the previous ones I've set up already. So we are going to make a new one. So what we need to do is we need to copy one of the current ones since all the right things are already in there. So we'll copy the icepick one, and we'll make 401k.icepick.co.conf. You got to remember to put that conf at the end or it will not work. So enter that. Let's do an ls. Okay, cool. So now we need to nano into the 401k. And here we have our virtual host configuration file, and we need to change every instance of icepick.co to 401k.icepick.co. That's wrong. .icepick.co, and that's pretty much it. If you guys want to copy this configuration file, you could. Most of this stuff's pretty standard except for this document root, I believe, and this directory block, which basically works with WordPress to make the pretty permalinks work. This allow override all is for the htaccess file. So that's just an extra. If you have WordPress, add that as well. So this is nano, so we're going to do a control X and then Y for yes, and then enter. So there we go. Let's cat it just to make sure it's got what we think it does. Cool. So it looks good. So let's just clear the browser. So at this point, what we need to do is we need to enable it. So we've created our configuration file, but it's not enabled, so it's not going to work. So the way to enable it is you have to do A2 enable, which is just en site. So A2 en site, and then you're going to put the name of the configuration file right there. So once you've done that, it says enabling site 401k.icepick.co. To activate it, you need to run this. So let's do that. Reloading. Cool. As a precaution, I'm just going to restart the Apache server just for sanity here. Restart. So restart. Cool. It's already done. So next thing you're going to have to do, which I've already done, is you're going to have to go to your domain registrar, and you're going to have to log in there. So let me get my information. So I'm currently at GoDaddy. Wherever you are, this process will probably change. So you're going to go to that domain, manage it, and you want to edit the DNS records. So on whatever domain registrar you have, that's probably going to change, and it changes frequently. They've already updated their site a little bit here, and the process has changed. But you want to get to this DNS zone file, and as you can see here, I've already added it. I did that before the tutorial. But if you add it, you're going to want to add a record, and you're going to want to add an A record, and then the host is going to be whatever the subdomain name is, and then the points to is going to be whatever your server IP is, and you can figure that out by you can either ping it and do so ping icepick.co, and then that number is right there, so we've got that. Or you can do a dig A, which fetches the A record and do the same thing, and that gives us the same number, as you can see right there. So I've already done that, but you would add that, change the time to load to the minimum. So now we should be working, because I already have that entered. So let's make sure. And there you go. You made it. Hopefully this helped you guys out. I kind of got my process down after some time. As a developer, it's kind of hard to figure some of this stuff out. So hopefully this helped you guys. Thanks.